Okay, we're about 7 hours into it. What was done to that side from my last report, last update, was done to that side. There were several spots from the sandblasting that had warped the surface from the heat generation. So this is a skim coat. So once that's done, that one's just about ready actually to put the skim coat on. That's a skim coat, and then I just sand that completely flat and then apply primer. And I do the same thing to that side. So I'm like 7 hours into this hood right now. So just to give you an idea of how long it takes to do this. Might not take everyone that long, but it takes me that long. So two top coats have gone on that. And I did the spots that were low, like on this side, and then I did the entire top with the very thin glaze, and then I sanded it down. And I still have, if I sand down any harder, then I'll get down to the metal, and that'll show as sort of a high spot. That's just the way the sandpaper works. So what I'm going to do is just put kind of a guide coat. I'm using the primer, but I'm putting like a primer guide coat on this, and then I'm going to very lightly sand it and reveal what will be left, or they will be all of the gray spots that are low spots, and then I will carefully fill in all of those low spots. You can see them there with another top coat, if you will, another glaze, and I will sand those down. So here is, after a very, very light coat of gray primer was put over that, and I can see the lower spots, but you see when I very lightly sand it, removing the gray primer from all of the higher spots and revealing whatever is not completely flat, and then I'll fill those spots in. So here's it sanded down, and you can see the low spots, you can feel them too, but you can also see where the metal is coming through. And this was sanded down with a finer grit. I think it's about 180, I believe. And anywhere you see gray or the metal, right there, is of course a lower spot. I think there might have been a front end collision with this that buckled the hood just a little bit, because there's a little crease right there that I'm getting out. And there's also evidence of, see where the Bondo is, evidence up there. So instead of trying to fill each one of these low spots, I think if I try that, then I will go down to the metal on this while I'm sanding those, and then I'll just have, that will show up in the final paint. So I think, I don't want to from a time standpoint, but I think what's going to happen here is I'll put another skim coat, glaze coat on there, which will, I'll do it very carefully, which will fill just this surface is very flat right now. It's very flat, except for the low spots here, of course. And what it'll do is it'll build the whole thing up a little bit, fill in this, and put a little more on this. And so when I sand it down, it'll just be, who knows, 20 thousandths thicker. But it'll keep the flatness, because it's very flat right now.